Well, welcome to my class, everybody. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're just going to talk about our pets today. And yeah, everyone loves their pets.
Everyone
We do.
loves a pet.
All right. So my first question is, what are your favorite things about your pet?
Of the happiness. Someone that's always excited to see you, no matter what.
Yeah.
When you come home at the end of the day,
Yeah.
for sure.
It can make a bad day feel
Good.
good.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about you?
I would thoroughly agree with that.
Yeah.
And then just, I don't know, if you are lonely, there's somebody there with you, and you can talk to them, and they don't talk back or judge you or.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice.
For sure.
When they were still a puppy, though, because you both had your dogs since they were
Yeah.
tiny, what were your most challenging, I would say, aspects? What was the most challenging about raising a puppy?
Well, I think they're dogs living in a human world, right? So the concept of like going potty outside, not barking at strangers, no, don't put your teeth on everything. Like the chewing phase was
Horrific.
How do you break them out of that? They just eventually grow out of it mostly. But yeah, I would say teaching a dog to live in a human world as a puppy when they don't speak English is extremely difficult to set expectations and boundaries.
Oh my gosh.
And a lot of forgiveness, I mean, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to work every day. I hate that puppy. I hate that puppy. I hate that puppy. And now it's just like, oh my gosh, I love my dog so much. She's so good. But
Right.
yeah, the puppy thing was horrible.
So true. It's this weird mix of like, you're so excited, like the work days take so long because you're excited to come home and see your puppy, but you're also like, oh my God, it's so much work.
Yeah. Mine was what's chewed on now.
What's broken now? What's chewed on now?
Until I got a
For sure.
crate trained her, and it was the most beautiful thing ever.
YouTube. That helped so much with training.
So, for example, let's say the chewing. How do you feel you responded to help?
The redirection, I think.
Okay.
Redirection is huge. Like, I think people instinctually go to, no, lower the voice, bad dog. But like, I would always just like swap it out. Take an identified toy that I'd given them before and actively played with them before with, and then swapped it. So now the no is just naturally taken away, and then the offered toy is right in front of him.
Yeah.
And then if he, kind of followed the no toy, then I go no, and then continue to push the good one towards him. And that worked. I mean, he doesn't chew on anything anymore that's not a toy.
No.
He kind of knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of a positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement for sure.
Yeah.
Alternatives.
I feel like I did the same thing. Just kind of swapped a chew toy for whatever she was chewing on.
For sure.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. How do you think your dog sees you? Like, do you think they see you as caretaker only, food giver, or do you think they see you as their parent? Like, are you their mom?
Ooh.
Do you think?
No, Reuben thinks he's my equal. Like, and not like in a bad way. I'm definitely not his parent. Like you guys saw when you guys arrived, like the guard is on. He will protect me to death for sure. So I'm not a parent to him in that way. I would say I'm more of a friend in the sense that when I come home, he has to grab the nearest something to have in his mouth to just like release the happiness, and he gets the wiggles and he just holds it. So like, I know that when I walk in the door, he's genuinely like happy to see me and like loves me, I think is the big thing. I don't know if you would maybe respond that way to a parental figure. At least I know I didn't growing up. I don't know.
So kind of, well, and he's an Australian Shepherd, so he's got a lot of energy. And he's also a herding dog.
Yup.
So
oh yeah,
I see where the protective that you bring up.
He needs a job.
Yeah.
A job or he's bored. He's a working class dog. Yeah, definitely.
What about you?
With Tala, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how she thinks of me. Definitely her person. And it's like everybody else can come home and she will lay in her crate quietly. However, when I get home, she's demanding to be let out because I guess it's just she knows I'm going to be the one that's going to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody else can just kind of mind their own business, leave the dog alone. She'll just lay down. She's fine. But with me, she's, you know, I know you're home and you need to start paying attention to me because I'm happy to see you.
For sure. Dogs are pack animals. They'll pick someone and just like really latch on.
Yeah.
And she sleeps at my feet every night. So, you know, it's like we've got to be close to each other. I can't sleep without her on my feet or it bothers me. And she is almost always 100% at my feet when we're sleeping.
For sure. Like if I leave for a second, like God forbid I shower alone and I close the door and I start the shower water, I'll hear the thud and the slide of him like laying right next to the door. Like he will be there, and when I open it, he'll fall into the bathroom and be like, "Yo, there you are."
It's kind of a separation thing.
That's for sure, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because like today I had brunch with my dad, same place, Papa's, before I went back and got the chili. I brought him and I just left him in the car, and as I am hitting the lock button, undoing my seatbelt, he's already whining. He knew I was going to leave him. This is one of the places where he knows he doesn't get to go in with me.
Yeah.
So he already started the freak out. Yeah.
I have a quote, and I heard about it years ago, and it's always stuck with me. It's that dogs are a part of our world, but to them, we're their whole world.
Yep.
For sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
For sure. Like if I don't take Reuben out at the end of the day, like on his walk, I feel awful because that was it for him. That was his day. He spent the whole day inside while I was at work, and if I don't take him for a morning or an evening walk, that's a hell of a day for him. That's a bummer, you know.
Yeah.
Luckily, my parents live, 10 minutes down the road, 15 minutes down the road. They have my house code, so if needed, someone will take him. Someone can grab him. It's not the end of the world, but we are their world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and when Tala was such a horrible puppy, I couldn't fathom the thought of, no, let's just give her back.
I know.
It was like I made this commitment to her for her entire life, so she will be dependent on me for her entire life. I have to do what I can to keep her safe, to keep her, comfortable and healthy, and it's my responsibility. So I couldn't think about, she's a burden and I just have to give her away.
No, never.
No. Oh, some people can do that. And
I want to go take him on a walk. Love you, Reuben. Where is he at?
There he goes.
It's a handsome. Get your face in here, handsome boy. Come here. There we go.
You want to show them, Tala, who you are? That's okay.
Good boy, handsome.
Oh. Are you okay?
Was that
The
your
boop.
head?
The boop.
Buddy.
So my final question would be, is there anything that you, even though they're adults, they're pretty well developed dogs, is there anything that you still feel like you can still improve on?
Oh,
or would
for
want
sure.
To? Yeah.
Yes.
What is it?
Well, so he is, as you've noticed, like a very reactive dog, and I've just gotten, and yes, I could send him to a training camp. Like I said, YouTube is really beneficial, but I just do prevention now. Like if I can set up the situation where he can't even react, that's just, I think, easier on both of us than him getting reactive, me having to shout and drag him away and all that stuff. Like now when I DoorDash or I order food or I'm getting a pizza delivered, I'm tracking it. When it's a minute away, him and I get up and I call him and I've got the bag of treats and I go to the bedroom and I'm running drills with him. Sit, lay, stay, wait, go, and we're doing it, and then the food comes, it gets dropped, it goes away, and he's been completely distracted, and we just avoided the whole confrontation to start with, because there's just a lot of learning that needs to happen before I feel comfortable with, him greeting people at the door. I will always put him outside and then greet my guests and then let him, so always learning to do things and then preventing them from happening in the first place.
Yeah.
Huge.
Well, and then, because again, he's a way more hyperactive dog and
Yes.
very protective.
There's
so.
nothing I cannot change his energy level. I
Yeah.
cannot change his working protect mom mindset. All I can do is manage it in the best way that I can.
And I think you're doing a pretty good job.
Thank
so
you.
You're
Yeah, he's like a baby. He did knock grandma over last night.
Oh, no.
That's okay. I should have had a good grandma, and he was really excited.
What about you?
Tala, I don't know. I mean, she's 8. She listens pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always things that could be improved. She's anxious, so if I could get rid of her anxiety enough that I could take her for walks and she would be comfortable walking in the neighborhood, then that would be my joy. But I fear that kind of goes hand in hand with saying, Dr. Vet, will you put my dog on some anti-anxiety medicine?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I don't want to keep medicating her for different things when, I don't know, I should probably study up on how do I get rid of anxiety in my dog rather than, you know, just masking it with a medication. But yeah, the anxiety part, I guess.
Yeah. And it can't be fixed just because with people anxiety, it's the same with animals too. So
Yeah.
We have such different dogs. Holy crap.
Well, thank you for joining my class this evening.
Thank
I
you.
hope that it allowed you to get some thoughts out and to recognize that it's challenging, yes, to raise a dog, but to also know that you're both doing your best. And from the looks of it, everyone is healthy and happy, and it seems like you're doing a good job. So, yeah.
Well, thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Thanks
You're
for having
welcome.
us. It's been a hoot.
Yeah.